If you're watching this video, you should race Lemons because it's fun. These guys like stuff that you build? Like, yeah, the more custom the better, right? The more custom the better. I'd say arguably the less safe the better, but more or less like the more sketchy the better. They still want you to be safe, you know?
What's up and welcome to Rad Potential. We are at NCM for Lemons South something Fall South.
Ready for some shreddy.
Got the pit set up. We got the car running over the car for the morning. Of course, it wouldn't be a weekend at the track without some rain. Looks like it won't last long, but should be a good weekend.
Ready to rip. This is the pay to drive party sheep racing driving experience.
It's gonna be a good time.
I didn't do anything to prep the car. I just showed up.
So we got
gas.
Brought gas. We got an 85 325E set up for Lemons, obviously, and we're at NCM. We're doing the Grand Full. There's 82 cars here this weekend. It's gonna be a good time.
There are some RX-7s, but they're all FCs, so they're kind of not the jam. Sorry to FC people, but old school or no school. And I'm excited to see if we can go faster than the RX-8 with way more displacement, almost 2 times the displacement. Actually more than 2 times. This is a 2.7 liter. So we'll see if it goes faster. It is bigger but slower.
But
get stoked.
It's pretty well gripped up and set up, or well balanced.
Yep.
We got the dogs hanging out.
Buddy's
being
chilling.
Menaces.
Longest time ever spent on a rope. Ever.
We're pitted way the heck out here because we showed up late last night or yesterday, and then all the camper people left and went over there, so now we're all alone. Oh well. We're gonna see if we can finish what do you say, top 30?
Finish? I don't care. I'm not worried about finishing, but I'm gonna put a faster lap time down than you. That's the challenge for the weekend. I don't care how we place, but
all right,
I say top.
I'm going faster.
Top
35 to 40.
Top 30 is the stretch goal.
That is a stretch.
Over half.
Over 40 would be good. Anyway, we'll check in soon with some seat time
shortly,
and then we'll if we run into any issues, you'll get to come along for the ride. 24-hour Lemon style. So as Eric's giving a nice walk around of the E30, I wanted to butt in and say we didn't do the best job of narrating the whole weekend. However, we did have a bunch of fun, and I clipped together a lot of fun, exciting laps that we had, some with traffic, some good battles, and a couple of our fastest laps. So enjoy the rest of the track footage and see kind of some of the issues we ran into along the way. Either way, it's a really good time, and if you ever get the chance, highly recommend getting out and racing a 24-hour Lemons race. Does that sound good? One more?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good?
We're good. Carly, can you hear me? Yes, sir. Ma'am, sorry. Oh, yeah. All right. Peace, brother. How's that? Good?
Yep. Yeah, get that one a little bit.
Yep.
That's good.
Good. Kill switch on.
It's on?
Yep. Ready to rip. Park brake, good to go.
cut.
Do what?
Starting to cut out.
Okay. Sweet. Like it just started?
Nah, a little bit ago.
Okay.
I
Sweet.
drove through it for a while, but now it's starting to cut like 3,500
Okay.
in every gear.
So what do you think?
I have no idea.
Right. You don't think it's fuel? That we need more? Or?
I mean, we probably didn't even burn.
For hours, you probably burned like 3 gallons maybe?
Yeah, which is less or quicker than it happened
Earlier.
the other time.
Okay. The shake's still happening?
Yeah, it didn't get any worse though, so.
And it's probably the same shake I was feeling then.
I mean, I'm having a hard time still thinking that it's just fuel level.
I wouldn't think so. That's now that it's doing it at 2,500 RPM. Like
It's 35 or like 32.
yeah, but that like when it would do it for me, like the last when I switched drivers with you, it would only do it at the blue mark.
So it did that for
fast.
me, and then it just worked itself down.
Oh, okay.
I started driving around it, shifting up faster.
Yeah.
But then it started getting slow. I was losing 10 mile an hour on the front straight
Okay.
because the speedometer started working.
All right, Justin, what we break? So we almost didn't break it.
This front driver hub. started making noise earlier in the day, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock.
Yeah, probably halfway through today. About 4 hours in.
Just stayed the same. Every time you turn right, you hear it vibrating, you hear it making kind of noises. And we were good until like last 15 minutes before the end of the day. It got a little bit louder and a little bit noisier and a little bit vibratier. So we pulled it apart. We had to borrow it from 36 with some friends in an orange E36. Now we're filling her up.
Yeah, buddy. Justin's getting in there nice and deep, like with the grease.
And it's taking it, man. I've put 4 fingerfuls, like big scoops, and this is all that's left. So it's taking it.
Otherwise, the day's been great. So the quick day 1 recap is earlier in the day, I set a fast lap, 2:30 or 2:43.7.
First, you did 2:45.
I did a 2:45. And Justin
no one
was,
had gotten close, and like, damn, that was a fast lap.
yeah. And Justin had a 2:46, and then I laid down at 2:43.7, and then Justin drove. I mean, he put in some work, like an hour and some 40 minutes, hour and 45 minutes. We just finished it off. There was only like 40 minutes left after your last hour.
Yeah.
And he cranked out a 2:43.3. So he's got me by 0.4 seconds. And then
I had a good clear track there, and I was getting amped because Carly goes, "You just beat him. You got the fastest time." I'm like, "All right, here we go. I got a clear track. I'm gonna see what we can do." And turn 5, I went the fastest I ever went through it. Foot to the floor, put a really good line, so I didn't lift, and I was carrying a ton of speed. Went deeper than I ever had into 6, and down to 4th, down to 3rd, locked up the rear, and just looped it right off into the concrete. Like, not into the wall, but there was still, didn't go into the grass. It was good.
And it was pretty funny is
insert clip here.
Yeah. So what's really even funnier though is I heard the spin, and I just saw Justin come down, and I was like, oh hey, that might have been Justin. And then I see a bunch of cars go by and Justin like catching up to them, and I'm like, it had to have been Justin. And I cruised over to Carl and he confirmed them. Passed them all, lost it back 1 corner. So, and then the ultimate thing, use this like app on our phone to track our times and our splits. I had a 2:43.05, my best 2 splits, and his best 2 splits were a 2:43.00. So close. But yeah, so far. So the E30 is shredding though. Tire wear is good, brakes are good. We have had a little bit of a fuel cut issue, which you might have seen if you watched the previous Lemons video. They were fighting that. But we got that fuel cut issue kind of dialed. We switched ECUs and it kind of went away. Justin said it's acting a little bit funny, but really we were having to cycle the key to reset something. So I don't think it was, we replaced fuel pump, all that stuff, right? No big deal. Before this event, between this one and the last one, and hopefully all that fixed it. Well, it didn't. And it was happening. We thought it was just running a little gas fuel slosh, but we topped it off, kept it full, and then it was still doing it. And you could fix it by cycling the key off and on. So we think the ECU controls the fuel pump voltage. We think it was getting wigged out. So we switched ECUs and it seemed to make it better. At least it changed it. And Justin still ran a faster lap, so I guess it's not slower. So we're gonna get this dialed in and get the hub put back together. Hopefully just greasing this fixes it. And then we'll try it tomorrow. I mean, there's no major hot spots in that hub, so not too terribly worried about the about it coming apart, really. But
Did the trick.
we'll see.
Cool. So I appreciate it.
Lap belts on, go!
Thank you very much. What's up, guys? Welcome to the fastest lap of NCM Lemons for the Party Sheep Race Team 2021, driven by yours truly, Mr. Rad. We're coming to the end of the front stretch here, just crossed the stripe, and downshift to third, rip through the chicane. Let me tell you, I Ricky Bobbied a Ford Thunderbird coming down that straight stretch. Slingshot engaged, took the inside line through the chicane, got right around him. Super fun. Right here is where the pit people merge in when you come out. It can get a little dicey. Turn number 3 can also get a little dicey. You got to hit the brakes pretty hard. A lot of people kind of overshoot that corner, me included. This is the back stretch. This is a nice time to take a good look at the big red clock. Make sure you're on time. Maybe cycle the key, get the car running better. But this right here, we're entering Justin's corner. Turn number 5 and 6. You drive this corner flat out, never lift. Get through turn 5 right here. Hard into the brakes, but if you turn too soon, you'll spin out. And that's how we earn that little yellow sticker over there. That 4/10 was just too fast for us in Lemons. We needed to drive a little bit slower. So coming through turn 7, 8, 9, into 10 right here. Awesome place to get some good passes. Awesome place to do some changing. Right through here, you could be 2, 3 wide. Pretty safe. You're going pretty fast. Get the point bys. Have fun. Tear it up. But don't be too confident going into turn 10. I put the car off the track here. Never spun it, drifted it, used that entry oversteer. But turn 10 can get a little bit sketchy, especially when you're in a pack of 6 cars. Deception, turn 12. We just negotiated that turn. Over the hill, a couple people looped out. It's a great place to spin out. Lots of off room between you and the walls. Right there, we just passed this big body Chevy. Let me tell you, that car was out on track all day. They were shredding it both days. It wasn't fast, but they were having fun. Turn 16, my nemesis, but also my favorite corner right here. I passed so many people in this corner because they went slow. You see, I looked out there to the left because that's where I let 4 tires off the track. And I tried to go full throttle into that corner, and it was a little wet, and we kind of slid outside. So coming to the sinkhole right here, if you've never driven Corvette Museum, besides the sinkhole at the actual museum, the track has a sinkhole hole drive corner thing just like this, and you go down this big old hill, you come up this big old hill. It's such a good feeling, especially in a slow car like this. You're not really at risk of spinning out, but it's just so good. Tag the inside rumble strip. Got to show the crowd that you can drive with 2 wheels off the ground. I'm back on the front stretch here, and let me tell you, I'd shift to 4th right there, and we just cruise down the straightaway. So super fun day, super stoked to get to drive in the Lemons car. Glad you got to see my 2-minute 41-second lap out of the E30. So back to the video.
Nice job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's the finish of the race though.
Heck yeah.
All the way through.
We did it.
Hell yeah, it survived.
Reached our goal.
Good job.
All right. Very successful weekend.
Yeah, Justin spun the car out 4 times. I went off the track once.
Make sure you got that on camera.
Yeah, we're gonna, because we just talked this through.
You might see it live action.
Yeah, you probably already saw it. And he earned our new sticker to the dash. You got to show that. Lemons.
Check this out.
We got our sticker. Because Justin spun out 4 times, he got 4/10 too many tenths. And then they put a googly eye on our dashboard because they're watching us now. Or they're watching Justin. I would say this googly eye was very impressed with my driving, but
yeah, they were watching me.
And then unfortunately, the car kind of lost some fuel stuff at the end of the day.
So the thing we were working on before, the issue's still happening. Fuel pump didn't solve it.
Yeah. And neither did we change fuel pressure regulator. We kept it full of gas, the whole deal. So Justin, for the last little half hour, could only really go 80 miles an hour. It was getting just worse and worse and worse. So,
however,
there wasn't too much opportunity for Justin to top my fastest lap.
Yeah. Of what was it?
241.7.
And my best was a 243.4, I think. So
3. You had a 243.3.
So 2 seconds, or a second and a half, second and 8.
So we got him.
He got me.
Yep. I'd say I beat him in his own car, but it's not his car yet, so.
Not yet. It might be.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Next year.
It's in the mail.
I gotta pay the man first. What else?
Day.
What else was I gonna say? There's something else I had.
If you're watching this video, you should race Lemons because it's fun, and we just A bunch of my other buddies from Nashville came down to check it out. They have E30s and other weird cars, and they're like, these guys like stuff that you build? I'm like, yeah, the more custom the better, right? The more custom the better. I'd say arguably the less safe the better, but more or less like the more sketchy the better. They still want you to be safe, you know. Well, epic weekend. I'm stoked that Justin let me drive and hang out, and Robert let us drive and hang out. Car survived.
Super good weekend. If I remember what I was gonna say, I'll open it back up.
But with that, race lemons, watch more Rad Potential. We'll catch you guys in the next bit. And also, if you didn't notice, we got hats, and if you remember the Patreon, then you will have an opportunity to buy a hat. I don't have a ton of them, which is why they're available to the patrons only, but that's the benefit of being a patron on a super small channel, is that when we do things, they get it first. So
Go check it out.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Until next time.
Keep it rad.
That clip never
Yeah,
ended.
yeah. Go film the dogs.
There's 2 dogs in this one.
Dogs.
Letty, Connor. They've been having a great weekend. Laying in the shade, laying in the sun, biting each other's legs. Stop that. Stop that. Anyway, let's
Peace,
get this
guys.
sucker loaded up.
All right, now we're done.
Peace.